Kia ora koutou. Traded terribly today. Missed entries, hesitated and held too long on setups that just didn't work. Well, they did, but only after I had stopped out. Shut it down early as I got pretty annoyed after the trade on TRAW. So let's break down what happened. So my first trade was on NIVF and I took 36 shares at 609 and basically got out at 560 after it had pulled back. So the problem with this trade is that I actually saw it when it broke here. I wasn't quite ready to trade it when it broke there, to be honest. I hadn't quite finished setting up my platform and also my recording. So I wasn't quite ready to jump in here. But when it broke to 515, I should have gotten in on this micro pullback here, or this level here, as it broke through 515. That should have been my entry there. But I missed that. And then when it came up here and put in this doji, I wasn't quite sure about getting in. But once again, here at the $0.50 would have been a good entry as well. Either at the start of this candle or as this candle sort of pushed up and pulled back there at 550 with, you know, a stop at the bottom of this green candle here. But I missed that entry as well, and then I missed the pullback, the first pullback here, and getting in at around 570. Missed that. And then I decided to get in after it had broken through the pivot point here, the previous high set earlier in the pre-market. It broke through that level and I took an entry here at 609. Looking for a pushback up to break 640 or up to 640. It did quickly push back up to 636. 634, I think it was actually. I missed the exit there and it pulled back and didn't hold $6, broke down through it. As soon as it broke through $6, I should have exited. I should have sold my position and that would have been a small loss, 10-cent loss at 36 shares, $3, $4, a loss. And then I could have been looking at getting back in for the next trade. But I didn't, I held it thinking it would come back, maybe bounce off the 9 EMA and push back up. It didn't, it kept dropping. It put in 3 red candles and then dropped even further on the 4th. But by that stage I had gotten out at 560. At this over here. So it stopped out there, it pushed further down and I was thinking, oh, that was, at least I got out there for a small loss of, well, a loss of $17.64. A loss of $4 would have been much better here when it broke down through 609. Probably could play the video actually, just to show. I might speed it up a bit though. The entry was pretty average, so pull back there. Oh, that's what I was actually looking at. So I'm in there at 609, it's pushed up and is pulling back. So it's at 608, 604, 601, 599, 594, 6. So I should be out here. It's not holding 6, it's below 6, 594, 595. So that should have really been my exit at that point. So I had time to push the sell button there and get out for a smaller loss. And that would have been, you know, then waiting to look for an entry back in or a confirmation that the stock was going to, you know, go again. So, a bit disappointed in myself for not taking that exit early as soon as that trade was going the wrong way. The next trade was on, because I mean it did push back up to 628 as well, like eventually pushed back up to 628. So, I could have been getting in here around 563 and holding as, I could have held through there, held the 20 EMA here, and taking an exit up here at $6, for a 30-cent, winner. But not to be. Second trade I took was on TRAW. TRAW, here, I'll just bring this up. So this popped up at 7 o'clock. I missed this initial push here. It pulled back. I'll have a look on the video actually if I did actually watch that. I can't remember where I watched it from. I was watching REVB. Oh, here we go. So yeah, I saw it from after the first pullback. Yeah, after the first pullback, and it was pushing up through this here. So missed the entry here at the VWAP at $3, around the whole dollar for the pushback to 388. That would have been a decent trade. Or even as it broke over this first green candle here, an entry back through VWAP. Kind of went sideways here, and I took it here as it was looking at pushing back up through VWAP, and I got in just below VWAP at 315. So it sort of grinded up here. The volume's not great. It's still a bit light, to be honest, and hadn't really come in. So I didn't really take note of the volume bars when I entered. I thought it would break back through VWAP and maybe push back to 350, 360, 340, somewhere around there. It didn't. It pulled back, and I held. It dropped down to a low of 288. I held through that, pushed back up, didn't break VWAP here, sort of went sideways along here in consolidation, and then dipped. And as it dipped, I hit the sell key. Now, I don't think I got filled on the bid. I think I was selling on the bid, and when I pushed the sell key, it put an order in, but it had already dropped below my bid price of $3. So I had the order sitting there for a second before it filled. It filled as it pushed back up. And this is what annoyed me, because I got filled on the push back up where it broke VWAP and actually went to my target price of 340. So I got quite annoyed at that. And if I hadn't had, if I just held through that bit there, I would have got I would have got close to my target price at 340. It went to 341, so I might not have got 340, but I would have got a profit on that trade. And with 63 shares, I was at 25, around 25 cents per share. It would have been okay. That would have been, probably wouldn't have made back the full amount actually on the $17. My math isn't great, that's why I have spreadsheets. But yeah, it just triggered me, and then it went higher. Grinded up sort of higher to 380, 390 again. Then it rolled over obviously after that, but just, my timing seemed off, and I got really annoyed after this trade when basically it was like my selling was the catalyst for it to go higher. Obviously it wasn't, it's just the way it worked out, but yeah, it was a pretty rough when that happened, and yeah. Anyway, so that was a $9.45 loss, and that's where I didn't shut it down. I just decided not to take any more live trades, because I just felt I was not in a good mindset now. I was agitated, and I didn't want to do what I did last week, whereas I started taking more trades and more red trades and ended up digging the hole deeper. So I thought about, no, I'm not. My emotions are a bit heightened at the moment, and I just don't think I'm going to make good decisions when I'm in that zone. So I thought, no, I'm not going to take any more trades. That'll be it for today. And I'm only meant to really be taking one trade anyway, to protect my account and reduce the risk and that sort of thing. So with those two losses there, that was a total loss today of 27.09, which means that I'm just still green on the month, only just. After fees, I might be $2, 246. Oof, I might be a few cents in the green actually. So yeah, it's hopefully I can do better tomorrow and get in the zone and get on the front side of those moves, entering on the right time on those moves and not hesitating when it's moving up, and not waiting for it to reverse, or getting in on the first pullback at the latest. But I should be getting in on those micro pullbacks as they're breaking levels, breaking those pivot points on the chart, and when volume is coming in, and decent volume, not just because it's moving up. Really not happy with today's performance. Hesitation, emotional reactions, and missed exits. That's not how I want to trade. The only good decision was shutting it down before doing more damage. It's a red day, but part of the bigger picture. Appreciate you following along. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more honest trade recaps. I will see you tomorrow. Hei a popo.